And welcome back to more Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival. Last time we did the last board map I wanted to show off, and this time we are going back to the island with Intermediate. No records, fresh game, Stitches, Rosie. No, duh, I shouldn't do Stitches. I should put Goldie in the first slot. And I have a reason for that. And the other two don't matter. I'm just gonna go with the Amiibo Festival cards just for sake of convenience. I'm not gonna do the alternating thing like I did last time. If I can pick up this card, just because, I don't know, it really backfired. Like most of the time it backfired having the random characters, because sometimes you get characters that really aren't good for certain maps. So I'm not waiting the fishing tourney in Animal Crossing. This is being recorded the same day as the previous video. You can tell by that. So Goldie can scout. We could use some food. Wow. What's her favorite food actually? Coconuts. Rosie's favorite food are durians, and Stitch's favorite food is apples. So that's something to keep in mind if we see any of those fruits, to basically sniff them out with the, not sniff them out, that's the character ability, to find them with that particular character. You can have, ooh, it says fish nearby, she instantly darts over. So yeah, Rosie can, as you may recall, can catch fish without using a fishing rod, or I could just get a really bad spin of a wheel. That's the other possibility. All's fair in love in Animal Crossing. But apparently I didn't lose my turn movement from what I can gather. I don't know what this is. It's probably... oh, I forgot the rules. If it doesn't actually say what it is, it's usually going to be an enemy. Imagine the RNG and bad timing it would take to actually land that tiny little sliver there. And it'd be pretty unfortunate. Such as is gonna go right because, well, logic dictates that we shouldn't have everyone go the exact same direction. He's got the same odds either way, so we might as well at least try to fight him and lose. To be honest, I'm not surprised at all that he lost. Something in my throat. Because for some reason, I usually get really bad luck with spinners in games. Stitches is out of commission, so we're gonna have two people this turn. That kinda sucks. I don't have enough flying characters, that's one problem that I'm worried about. 8 days left. I found a rock. That's gonna help a lot. Medicine, we can use that for Stitches. And nothing is showing up here, so my intuition is telling me that that's an enemy. So thusly, we shall go this way. And she'll probably dart over to the fish space, and I kinda wanted her to do that so I can save a turn for movement and maybe collect some fruit or something. Such a cute little animation. Sort of splashing in the water. I don't know if that would actually be good for catching fish, or if you just scare away all the fish by doing something like that. And this coconut tree, this palm tree had medicine apparently. So that's it for that turn. That turn kind of sucked. Okay, here's the problem. I'm not sure if this is the best move, but I'm going to try to risk it. Check items. We only have a stick. One stick. That's gonna help us a lot, so let's just eat. And tomorrow's day we escape. Wishful thinking, potentially, because we have not collected anything that we actually need. Which is, yeah, a little bit concerning. I guess go here. I don't really care, to be honest. That's gonna be an enemy, so I'm just gonna collect this rock and then move on with my life. And now that that part of the island is relatively well scouted, I think I'm going to try to go Oh, I should send Stitches. I should send Stitches over here. In this direction in a little bit. Okay, so we found the first essential item, which is good. 7 days left, 2 days worth of food. We're gonna get Stitches to try to get the beehive. Ooh, I smell honey, my favorite. So again, he has no risk of accidentally losing the beehive, and also has better odds in general of actually getting something out of it. Rosie would have had like a half wheel for just collecting a tiny amount. So yeah, that was worth it. More honey. As long as he doesn't get stung, I'm actually not sure if I get another move after this. If automated movement counts towards your total movement. I'm actually not sure how much more of this I can play. Like, I'm obviously gonna clear all these stages on my own time. But I feel like it's starting to get to the point where it's basically just the same thing. So yeah, I'm not sure how much more Amiibo Festival I'm gonna end up doing. That was his last move, so that doesn't actually hurt him at all. Gonna camp up. Wow, there's a lot of stuff on this map. I'm actually thinking about switching up my party on any subsequent rounds, though, of having 2 dogs. No, we'll stay up. All-nighter. So we can make a shovel or a slingshot. Honestly, I find slingshots a lot more useful in general. You generally don't find many things in pits. Or at least I usually don't. So, yeah. I'm really not sure if I'll do all of the maps, because that would be, it's starting to get kind of like, it's the same thing every time. I'm showing all the beginner maps, you know, because of the difficulty curve, it seemed fine. With these maps getting longer anyway, I'm not sure how much stamina I have. I'm gonna go this way because I have a slingshot now. No problem. Can take them on. Actually, even with a slingshot, those are not good odds of survival. And I make it anyway. Of course. So Centipede is no match for me. Yeah, see, I'm starting to be able to quote the dialogue. Oh man, this map is actually pretty sizable. Need to explore this coast because I'm sure something's going to be over here, but I'm pretty sure something's going to be over on that coast as well. So I'm going to actually send Rosie this way to try to scout out this part of the island. I'll send Stitches that way as well. Just in case. This is probably going to be an enemy. Or durians. This is an example of why you want to pay attention, because this is her favorite fruit. The wheels are naturally skewed upwards. So, yeah. And part of me wants to feels like just skipping ahead to like the final stage of the advanced mode. Or maybe just ignoring everything. Because, I don't know, I just feel like there isn't enough variety in this. It's a fun mode. But to be honest, I don't think it's that fun to actually show. If that makes any sense? It's like, it's fun to play, but watching it, it's like, it's not as fun. It's like watching someone make a walkthrough of something that they don't know about. Like, I don't know how this game works. I don't know where items are going to be or anything. So, it's like, it's so random. It's not random. Everything is preset. But it's just frustrating because you can't know where anything is until after you actually play the mode. Unless you get really bad RNG with rolls and stuff and just totally be screwed because of it. Yeah, this might actually be the last Amiibo Festival video I do, actually. At least for a while. I just feel like the series is kind of running its course at this point. There's not much more I can show, really. I feel like I need to move on to other projects and stuff. I'm gonna go this way, to try to scout more. Basically because I already know where that log is, I might as well just keep going this way. That's my logic, at least. Lots of enemies. That's kind of disappointing, actually. This way. I could not actually get close to that palm tree, so I'm gonna go here anyway, even though it's probably a bad idea. Oh! Not a bad idea at all. And see what I mean? It's like, there's some games where it's actually true that having genuine reactions to things is actually good. But I don't think this is one of them, because it's just luck. It's not like, I can't determine if I do well in this mode or not. It's just if I go the right direction or not. Yeah. I don't know, ending off with escaping an island again, I don't know, I just feel like that'd also be just a good way to end up things off. Potentially. Oh, dang it, I should have gone the other way because of the durians. Which is one of those fruits that I really find bizarre. Again, if it wasn't for Mario Sunshine, I probably wouldn't even know what a durian was. And it's like, why do you think I get depressed by getting defeated? I think there is a type of character. I think like wolves don't get depressed as easily because we're stubborn or something. Okay, so we've cleared out a fair amount of this part of the map. It's probably gonna be, yeah, we passed right by here, so it's not there, I would assume. It's gotta be one of these 4. So I'm gonna park right here. Heal. We can use all the turns we can get. And this is already taking like 12 minutes. Again, and I'm not doing too badly. I still have like a good amount of days left, actually. I have like 4 days left, I think, and yet it's still taking like 12 minutes. Again, if I showed every one, it would probably take like 10 videos. Because advanced, you get like 12 days. So, yeah, part of me feels like just bailing at this point. But part of me wants to stick it out and show everything this game has to offer. Well, I always skip maps. I mean, you get the basic idea. So I don't know how much I really need to show. Wait, there's ore? There's ore. What? Okay, maybe there is justification to keep playing. Cause I'm legit curious of what ore is used for. I'm just gonna waste my turn, actually. Cause I wanna see what that ore does. I centipede. Also, Stitches is weird, because he looks like a teddy bear, but it's like, how is he alive? Wait, come to think of it, I'm trying to remember what the teddy bear in Chibi Robo actually looks like. I thought he looks kind of like that, but I can't remember because it's been too long since I played Chibi Robo. Hence why I wanted to Let's Play it eventually. I was gonna Let's Play it after like 3 projects down, like have it uploaded by summer. But my plans actually changed, and something was announced recently that was like, you know what, I really need to play this other game first. I am actually not really wanting to say what it is. I mean, like, yeah, like, I can't figure out what ore is actually used for. I'm curious. Like, maybe you just can make, like, a silver shovel with it. Like, stronger, doesn't break as easily, something like that. That's the only thing I can actually figure. Anyway, mindless ramblings aside. Get some more food, boost your score. Yeah, we still had, like, we only took like 6 days, and it still took like 15 minutes, approximately. Again, advantage is a favorite fruit, you can get more out of each drop. But yeah, I don't know if it would hurt to say, so I'll just say it. So yeah, Pokemon, they announced the remix, not the remix, re-release, eShop. So part of me wants to actually just go back and play like Fire Red or something like that. Or heck, if I can find it before then, for summer, like even original Red. Like, assuming I can find a cartridge. So yeah, to be honest, I was expecting a deeper difficulty spike, because frankly, the last rounds of easy were harder than that. So that's another reason why I'm not sure if I want to keep playing this, because this doesn't seem to be getting that much harder each time. And part of me feels like just doing this on my own time, because this just seems kind of repetitive. Just if it's not actually scaled, the difficulty is not scaling up that much. I'll do one more round just to end off the series. I think I'll give my closing thoughts on it in the meantime. Wait, actually no. Rosie goes there, because I have the tendency to find honey anyway, so it's actually be better to go with Stitches. It's really hard to select stuff, but anyway, because this is, I think, where we're gonna end this gameplay series. Yeah, final thoughts. I'd probably give the game like a 7, maybe 6. It's not horrible. It's definitely more fun than I expected it to be based on the critics freaking out over the game. But it's definitely not like great, like amazing either. It's just very middle of the road. It plays well, and this mode is a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong, it's just, it kind of feels like showing every single map it's just kind of repetitive. There isn't enough variety to each map to justify showing every one. But I do find this mode a lot of fun. If anyone has gone out and actually decided, you know what, let's go play the game, this looks fun, then that would actually make me happy that I made the game look fun by myself, even. Okay, Poison Snake, that's new. That is indeed new. Someone like Owl would actually be good for this map, because you could break down the boulders. Board game mode is good. It's like, I feel like with 4 people, it would actually be really fun, because you could strategize a lot more. And it's just like a nice little chill thing. I feel like it'd be a good thing, like if you play Mario Party, or Mario Kart, you know how competitive that can get. So like just playing this is kind of nice, because how like even the board map, even though everyone is so competing with each other, it still feels very like laid back, and I kind of like that actually. It's not like super intense like some like Mario, because Mario Party is considered like a friendship killer. This I don't think would be a friendship killer. It's pretty relaxed. Other modes, the card battle, in my opinion, was weird. It's just like, play which card do you think will get you that will be the highest. It's like a bluffing thing, but since you can clearly see everyone picking up their cards, you can't bluff. What else? What else? The fruit path, I don't even understand how fruit path works. It's this whole totally luck. You play a card with a number on a dice roll on it, and you move that amount of spaces. That doesn't mean anything, because you'll still fall in a pitfall anyway. It's like there isn't. It could have been good, but it doesn't feel like there's enough like ability to like set up people to like fall into traps and stuff. Resetti Bop, again, juggling 3 cards with only 1 NFC touch point, I think is the problem. I feel like I need to give scores to each individual mode. I'd probably give the board game a 6. Like, the island droppy, the Balloon Island one, I'd probably give like a 5. It's not horrible, it's kind of a nice little diversion, but it's kind of overly complicated. Fruit Path, I'd probably give a 4 just because I don't understand, because it's not very clear how it even works. Resetti Bop, I'd probably give a 5 just because the game as a whole is just, it's too much mind. It's too, like, you have to juggle 3 cards at once. I mean, if human beings had 3 hands, it'd be really easy. But we don't. So it's actually really challenging having to switch between 3 different cards. I feel like for Rossetti Bob, but the best strategy would actually be to give each card to a different person. And just have 3 people doing it. Even though it's a 1-player game, I feel like it would actually be better with more than 1 person. The same kind of applies to the acorn chase, that it might be easier to go in with 3 people and coordinate. No, acorn chase are definitely not, because you have to actually move in a time limit. So with acorn chase, you probably need to do that single player. Acorn chase, I'd probably give like a 6. It's a cool concept, but again, you have to like split your mind like 5 different ways to actually do well. It's very challenging. Probably a lot challenging than it looks, actually. I'm trying to decide where to even put the tent. I guess, no wait, actually here would be the best spot, I think. What else? I'm trying to remember all the modes. Yeah, the card battle one kind of sucked just because there's no chance of, like, fooling people. You can't, like, bluff someone into doing anything because they can clearly see you playing a card of a certain value. If each person had their own set of cards, it would actually be pretty fun. But that's not how it works. Like, if each person had to have a 1/6 card, that'd be cool, but it's also really expensive, might I add. Clear out the map, that's good. Aha, so I guess I really don't need to go that way. I go this way then. What other modes were there even? The quiz show was actually really good. I don't think it works well with multiple people because you have like 5 people all trying to lay down cards at one time. But at its core, I think the quiz show mode is actually really good. The single player speed challenge is actually really fun, I think. The mystery tents was also good. The one where you're like, you have to figure out who's in which tent. That one's actually pretty good. Oh, I'm forgetting something. In the desert island, this is like, I think, probably my favorite mode, but it has 2 problems. One, it's not RNG. Everything seems to be pretty fixed. So if you just get bad luck and go the wrong direction and without knowing so, you just get kind of screwed over. So that kind of sucks. And also, I feel like it should have been randomized. I feel like there is actually not enough, like, dice, the wheel spinning. That's RNG, obviously, mixed with timing. But, I feel like more of the item placement should have been random. Because as is, it feels kind of like repetitive if you know exactly where everything is. There's no sense of surprise, there's no sense of danger or excitement when you know exactly what's in what spot on subsequent replays. You could probably make a pretty efficient guide pretty easily. Since everything is a hexagon, just divide up the world into like circles. Just because circles are easier to draw than hexagons. No deeper reason than that. We are kind of running low on food, actually. That's a little scary. But we still haven't gone, like, all the way up. Wow, this map is huge. That's kind of scary. If I had known there was nothing on that left part, I would have saved a lot of time. That's another thing. It's like, you can't know that all the stuff is on the right side of the map. Except, like, maybe one thing we got over there. You just don't know that from the start, so I feel like if there's a chance that there's something over there, it would be a lot better than if there's just never anything over there. I'm gonna go here. And what other modes even are there? I think I covered all the modes. I can't think of any. Just try and think of any modes I'm forgetting. No, yeah, I'm not thinking of any. I think I covered them all. And that's another problem, is a lot of the extraneous modes are honestly kind of forgettable. Like, this mode's obviously fun, but it's like, a lot of the other modes are just like, I'm having to stop and actually think what the other modes are. Even the ones I enjoyed, like the Mystery Tent one, I had to stop and think what that mode actually is. Yeah, Mystery Tents was good though. And it was a little too... I feel like that was a good balance of actually luck and skill. Because, you know, obviously they can't say so-and-so's the right one. And you have 10 opportunities to mix and match cards to get them in the right order. And they'll tell you which one... Oh, like that one is technically in this set, but is in the wrong place. I feel like that's a good way to go about it. I feel like the Mystery Tent is actually one of the more overlooked modes. Yeah, price. I could not recommend the game at full price though. I'll fully admit that. I think it should be cheaper. At 50... Okay, do the math. 50 and 2 amiibo. At the moment, 2 amiibo means that the core game would be about like $34. Like a price of like 30 for this game. Okay, break it down like this. If you think about it that way, this game is essentially $30. But a lot of people won't think of it that way. I know many people will think of it that way. People just see $60 and like, oh my gosh, this is a $60 game for very low content. But since you're getting the amiibo with it, it's essentially like, oh yeah, and Digby's gonna be sold separately pretty soon, by the way, not bundled. So it's like, it all depends on how much you want the amiibo plus the game. No, I should heal Stitches actually. So again, it's like when people joked about Wii Play, that it's like buying a $10 game with a $40 remote, or buying a $50 game with a free remote. Depending on how you look at it, like glass half full, glass half empty, your view would radically change of Wii Play. If you saw it as a good opportunity to get a free remote and something else to play with, then hey, it's actually not bad. But as a game, solely as a game, it's not anything to write home about. We play. It's cute, I guess, but it's not like epic. It's not like, you can't justify that as a $50 game if it didn't come with a remote. And I feel like this is the same way about this game. And Chibi Robo also. It's like, if Chibi Robo did not come with an amiibo, I would feel kind of ripped off, but as is, it's essentially like getting a $20 game. You wanna think of it that way? Yeah, power of positive thinking can actually really help for game purchasing, I've learned. And like, I do the same thing, like, okay, Yoshi's Woolly World is 50, right? And the amiibo's 17, and the bundle's 60. So you save $7, essentially. So yeah, that's actually a really good deal. In other circumstances, you can't justify it as much. Splatoon, for example, is a $60 game. At launch, it was a little bit hard to justify, because it didn't have much content at launch for $60, but now it actually has a lot. Everyone just banked on the fact that Nintendo said there would be free content. That's all it was, actually. Nintendo said, hey, there's gonna be free content, and it's like, the fact that there was actually free content was actually kind of taken on faith, to be honest. I don't regret playing Splatoon. I enjoyed the game a lot, but I do admit that it is kind of interesting to me that, you know, people justify playing it, even though it technically did not have much going for it at launch. Holy cow, this part of the island is huge. Basically because I did not know there was like nothing important over here. I spent all the time, I could have used all the time scouring this area. So that's an example of what I was talking about with like items basically being fixed and that actually being really frustrating. Because you just can't tell where anything actually is. Like if I end up winning this, it'll be complete luck. Just, not luck, it'll just be, oh, it's not luck and it's not skill, it's just terrible. That's what this would be, terrible, because it was out of my control. So yeah, it's out of my control where anything is, but at the same time, there's no way I can know, so it's not entirely, it's not skill, but it's not luck either, and that's what frustrates me about this mode sometimes, that it's just neither. I prefer just one or the other, rather than something in flux. Okay, so basically, if the sail, or the last piece of, the last log isn't within that spread where Goldie is right now, I'm stuck. Well, I guess that'd be a fitting way to end this. Yeah, if it's not one of those three, I can't beat this. And it's not. So we are stuck. Unless it's this one off to the far side. Nope, we can't win. This is an unwinnable situation just because we spent too much time looking in a spot that we had no clue nothing could be in. So that kinda sucks. I think I know where it is too, which is the frustrating part. Well, anyway, I basically said my piece, so yeah, thank you for watching this Let's Play of Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival. This is literally my most watched series, which I'm happy about. But yeah, I had a good time on the whole, frustrations aside. Yeah, I'd still give this game like a 6 or something, just because in general it actually is pretty okay. But there was a lot of things that really could have been fixed. But anyway, see you for my next project, and thanks you for watching.